everybody, and welcome to John Talks Indian Cinema. I am your host, the Indian Cinemaniac, with my final review of the TV series, The Bastards of Bollywood. That's right, I'm going to review episode 7. You see the look on my face? Okay, before I do that, you guys know I'm into props, I'm into masks and stuff. You guys know that. I want you to see a new prop I bought. I don't know if you are familiar with the James Bond film. Wait a minute, I'm going to give you the year too, just so I know here. Before I say what I'm about to say, make sure I get the right year. Okay, 1979's Moonraker. Moonraker. I just bought this. I've been dying to show you guys. You ready for this? In the last scene, they all have these. Look at that. Pretty nice prop, huh? It's a replica prop, but it's still pretty cool. The blue light. Can you see that blue light? Boom, boom. Oh yeah, you can see that. Isn't that cool? And it's heavy too. It's really heavy. So anyway, I just wanted to show that to you. Pretty cool. I'm going to add that to my collection. You also you also may have noticed I got a new helmet there. That's right. That's Doctor Doom, the Avengers, the new Avengers. Doctor Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr. I don't know how I feel about that. That sounds pretty desperate to me, but that's a new one that I have there. So I just want to share that with you. I want to share my journey with you, the audience. Now, let's talk about the finale of The Bastards of Hollywood. Uh, okay. So if you remember in the last episode, they were escaping Ajay's house over the wall. And as they're driving around, oh, by the way, the episode is, and I don't really understand the title, but I'm going to give you the title anyway. It's Picture Ka Title Hoga. I don't know what that means, but they're driving after their escape. She throws the engagement ring out the window. Now they want to get married. They want to get married before the father can stop them getting married, because that's been his whole thing, the whole series. All right. Bottom line. So now, as they're driving, they are being chased by a pink Ferrari driven by her father trying to stop the wedding. Now, I will say that a lot of the action scenes were pretty well done by Aryan Khan. I think for a directorial debut, I think he did a nice job in this. He also wrote it. And that chase scene goes on for a while with the pink Ferrari. And there's some funny things in that too. At one point, they get away from him, and he runs into a like a semi truck. But on the side of the truck is an ad for Man Smooth with Osman across it, which I thought was really funny. So now they do a game of chicken, and the incidental music that's playing in the background is really good in this. What I didn't like about it, it was obviously a lot of green screen. Anytime they did close-ups of the actors driving, and I think there was some CGI too in the chase scenes because the cars sometimes looked a little animated. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it looked like to me. Okay, and this goes on for a while. So now they figure they're going to get married on a film set. So Osman calls his family to get there, and they get a, I don't know if it's, I assume it's some kind of judge or something to make it official. So they've got their marriage certificate and the document and everything they're going to sign. So they're going to get married. Um, Now, at one point, if you in the first episode, it might have been the first or second episode. Parvez, that was his name, right? Parvez, yeah, has a car all souped up with a red button, and he says, "Never touch that red button." Well, you know, in movies, when anyone tells you there's a red button in a car, not to push it, it always gets pushed. Well, of course it gets pushed, and it's some kind of turbo thing, like nitrous oxide or whatever. But they take off and they lose it. Now AJ gets a motorcycle. All right. And this is a good scene. So they're gonna get married and they're on the film set. studio, I should say, studio. And in the background is this giant clock, and they're framed in front of the clock. And they're going to get married. All they need to do is kiss and sign it, and they'll be married. And just as they're about to kiss, something they've been wanting to do the whole series, Bobby Deal's character comes crashing through the clock with the motorcycle. And now there's a big climactic fight between the two. And Bobby Deal's a big dude. And he's getting the best of us, man. Well, he's an ass man. Do you know what I mean? So that fight's going on for a while because he's protecting his daughter and he's fighting with a ferocity. Well, now Asman's family comes in the uncle, who's kind of a big, heavy guy, bull rushes Bobby Deal's character, and they get in a fight. Now, while this is happening, the marriage contract or certificate is on the ground and they're trying to get it signed. And one of the jokes throughout the whole series is Osman's manager never has a pen. Anytime they get to sign something, she never has a pen. And the joke is, why didn't she have a pen? Why didn't she have a pen? So now they're looking for a pen to sign the contract, sign the marriage certificate. Now, there's a scene back with Freddie and this other guy, John Jay. I'm sorry, Jiraj. And they're watching an old film. Now, I want to say this before. If you haven't seen this last episode, stop here. You don't want to watch it. Okay? I'll give you 5 seconds because I'm gonna blow the whole thing open. All right? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. They show you a film of one of Ajay's old movies. No, not, yeah, was it? No, 21 years, 22 years ago, I think it was. Excuse me, 26 years old, where Asman's mother was a background dancer on a Ajay film. So now you start realizing, as they do, why Bobby Deal's character has wanted to keep these two apart for the whole series. Now they start flashing back and they show you, like the fact that Ajay knew where they were was because Asman's mother gave him the information to go there because she's trying to keep them apart and has been working behind the scenes. You don't find this out till this episode to keep them apart. And he's been so ferociously doing this because Asman is his son. Okay? Now, up until this point, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. I'm really enjoying this film. And then you find that out, and it's so obvious. The name of the show is The Bastards of Bollywood. So it's right there in the title, but it, because the way, and this is what I was thinking, okay? All I wanted the two of them to get together because they had so much chemistry and she was beautiful and, she really loved him and he loved her. And now I'm throwing up in my mouth a little bit because it changes the total dynamic of that relationship. And I was like, oh my God. But it explained everything else about why. And it was pretty heartbreaking for Osman, whose father just died, who didn't know about this. The mother never told him. And then when he confronts her and says, did you ever love him? She slaps him, says, don't ever say that about your father. But it was a great scene. And it was like, how do you respond to that? And so that was like, wow. I mean, that totally changed my opinion of the show because it was so, again, it was obvious, but I did not know it. And it hit me like a sledgehammer when they finally admit it. So they're related. They're brother and sister. Um, so that was like, wow. Um, so they meet each other again, Karishma and Aspen, and they talk it over. And of course, they're both freaked out, but he's like, listen, she says, I still want to be friends. He goes, well, we can be friends. Um, but it was just strange. It was wow. I was like, wow. That's all I can say. Um, so now they show the agent with Karan, and who walks in but Ranbir Singh, who wants Sanya to be her agent. And she thinks about it and says, no, I can't because he's my client and I want to be loyal to him. And Ranbir really liked that. And there's a back and forth with him and Karan because Karan was funny in this, but Ranbir was, he was cool to it. Um, so Asman wants to leave, and Pervez slaps him. Finally got him back, and then they hug it out, which was kind of nice. Um, so they go to work for a new film company, Gafoor International. That's right, the gangster. So he wants him to sign a 3-year deal. And they're all looking for a pen. All of a sudden, the agent holds up the pen, and he goes, "No, we don't need a pen. All we need is a handshake. That's how we do business here." And he starts laughing. I'm only joking. Um, Now there's a scene where Osman's mother, Nita, and Ajay meet in an empty garage. Now here's okay. This is me, right? So this is a completely abandoned garage, and she's standing there. He drives up in the car, and she's 10 feet away. He gets out of the car, walks towards her, and hits the thing to lock the door, so it beeps. Now there's no one else there. Okay, I don't know why that just struck me as funny. And they start talking about what happened, and well, what they don't know, and again, I should have mentioned this. This is a running thing with Jajal. He's got a phone that can spoof you. So, like, I can call you as Amir Khan. I can call you as Salman Khan. So he's the one that arranged for the two of these to meet, and he films it to blackmail them. Okay. Now it it ends with Ajay's wife, who's been freaking out the whole show, talking on the phone, trying to figure out, telling whoever it is on the phone, I don't know how this day could get any worse. That's when her son walks in with the maid, that they got a thing going. And the maid is like 4'2". And he's, I don't know how tall he was, like 5'10", 5'11", maybe 6 feet. So she screams. That's how it ends. There's also a funny thing that happened uh, with the boy. He's got these VR headsets, and at one point, while the climax fight is going on, he is in bed with his VR headset. Oh, actually, I think Karishma walked in on him, pleasuring himself to, and they kept cutting back and forth between the scene and him till he finishes, and he goes, "That's an effing climax." So, so overall, if I was to grade this series, the entire series, on my scale, my final verdict, I'd probably give this an 8. I think I probably would have given it a 7. Was That was a game changer. It really was. Now, again, with the name of the show, it shouldn't be, but it was. So I liked that. That was a surprise. My disappointment of the show was the first few episodes were really about Bollywood and the behind the scenes stuff. I really liked that part of it. I liked that they kept going after nepotism in Bollywood and the tropes of Bollywood cinema. They did that. They had fun with it. But the last few episodes, it got very, and I said this in the last review too, it was very melodramatic, and it did get that way. But I thought the ending tied it all together, and it made so much more sense, and it much more impactful than without it. So in that regard, I really liked it. Now, as far as the performances go, I thought the guy who played Lakshya was good. Bobby Deol I thought was good, but I really felt he was a little one note in this. Um, he was super intense, and every now and then he came across as like a loving father and a little carefree, but most of the time he was really intense. But I thought the whole cast was really good in this. Um, I guess I did a 1 through 10, didn't I? I didn't do a 1 through 5. Cooley Singh. Maybe that's the new thing. Because I give the performances, I mean, I don't think they were great. I probably give the performances a 6, even though I don't like them out of 10. The music, there wasn't big musical numbers, which shocked me because in a movie that's going to take pot shots at Bollywood cinema, you think they would have done a bunch of those, and they really didn't. But the music was fine. What do I always tell you? If it didn't hurt, it didn't help it. So it's a 5 right in the middle. Um, but again, overall, I'd give it an 8. I really enjoyed it, and it's a fast watch too. The episode, and the only other thing that I would say with because it's Aryan Khan and Shah Rukh Khan and all his connections, I thought there'd be a lot more substantial cameos than there were. There were some good ones. I still think what Ranveer Singh in the first 2 episodes, I thought he was the best cameo because he had something to do. Amir Khan and Rajamouli were good, but it was short. The rest of the cameos were boom, 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 and they were done. So I was a little disappointed by that. But again, I really enjoyed it. And if you haven't seen it, check it out. I think you'll like it. I'd love to hear what the buzz is in Bollywood. Are they liking this? Are they upset about it? Is it a little too close to home? Like, is this story based on anybody? Maybe. You guys tell me, will you? Okay. So that's it. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Bastards of Bollywood. And again, I'm going to request, I need some movie requests that I can stream. Okay. Now, not this week, but the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be traveling for work. So I can watch a lot. I'm not going to be able to shoot a lot. So I'll do the best I can. But it's a great time to watch a bunch of these films. So throw them out at me. Okay. You know my tagline. If you watch it, if you recommend it, I'll watch it. Dot, dot, dot. Eventually. That is my promise to you. Okay. And you know what I need a promise from you? Please subscribe, hit the notification button, hit the like button. As always, share. Because the world's a better place when people are watching Indian cinema. That's what I think anyway. Okay, that's it. We'll talk to you soon on John Talks Indian Cinema with a trailer reaction, a 10-ish to 20-ish minute review, a TV series reaction, maybe a song reaction. You never know what you're going to get on this channel. But I do appreciate you guys watching, and we'll talk to you soon.